with the graduating class of 1911. Baccalaureate is a farewell address or inspirational message delivered to the graduating class. It is the time to pause and appreciate all of the challenges they overcame, the friendships they made, and the wisdom gained along the way. As we look ahead to graduation and beyond, let this ceremony remind us of the strength of community, the power of purpose, and the promise held, which each graduates here today. May this occasion be both to a tribute to the past and an inspiration for the road ahead. As the 2024-2025 school year has come to an end, we're excited to have the opportunity to celebrate the successes of our senior class and the dedication of their parents and family. At the Academy, we strive to educate, mentor, and develop good character and leadership in young men. And we're here to proudly say that these seniors have indeed grown into incredible leaders and truly virtuous men of character. It is my honor to extend a very warm welcome to President Barry Schreier, Vice President Frank Monteleone, our Chairman of the Board, Mr. Jeff Tizer, members of our esteemed Board of Trustees, our valued alumni, faculty, staff, our Warrior family members, and of course, our senior class of 2025. Woo! I would like to extend my heartfelt thanks to Mr. Corey Hughes and Deputy Commandant Kevin Cook, our dedicated senior class advisors. Throughout the year, you have been incredibly organized and supportive while managing your responsibilities as counselors, coaches, and leaders. Your commitment and hard work have not gone unnoticed, and we're truly grateful for everything you've done for the class of 2025. We would also like to express our sincere gratitude to our ASB advisors, Ms. Victoria Fernandez and Ms. Ludinsky. Thank you. Thank you for their unwavering support, guidance, and dedication throughout the year. Your leadership has been instrumental in helping plan events, build school spirit, and create lasting memories for the student body. From organizing assemblies and dances to navigating countless logistics, all behind the scenes, your hard work has made a meaningful impact on our school community. Thank you for believing in our warriors, empowering their voices, and helping bring their ideas to life. I would like to extend a special thank you to the President Executive Assistant, Ms. Amber Smith. And behind-the-scenes work in taking care of everything related to our academy. Your attention to detail, organization, and constant support help keep everything running smoothly. From coordinating events, supporting academics, and managing daily operation. Your efforts often go unnoticed, but they're deeply appreciated. Thank you for being the steady hand that keep our school community strong and well supported. Thank you, Amber. To our standing facilities, I'm going to get there soon, and maintenance crew, as well as our dedicated IT team, thank you for your invaluable support in ensuring every event was executed seamlessly. Your hard work behind the scenes plays a crucial role in the success of our programs, and we're truly grateful. And finally, to our incredible team of teachers, counselors, the Commandant and his tech officers, coaches, and support staff, you should be immensely proud of all we have achieved together this academic year. Your perseverance, dedication, and unwavering positivity have once again made a lasting impact on the entire cadet corps. Thank you for guiding, encouraging, and supporting the senior class all the way to the finish line. Woo! Tonight is a special night as it gives all of our seniors the opportunity to reflect on their final year in high school. The relationships that formed the brotherhood, the lessons learned both inside and outside in the classroom, tonight's program and tomorrow's commencement. I encourage you to continue building friendship, staying true to your moral compass, and to always be a lifelong learner. The relationships you made here have formed the foundation for infinitive global friendships. Stay connected with each other and keep the alumni brotherhood strong. Warrior proud.
Warrior strong.
Oh, come on, we can do better than that. Warrior proud.
Warrior strong.
And now, I would like to invite Mr. Shire, the president of the Academy, to come up to present our opening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Too much time.
But I'm going to yield some of my time to one of our seniors. We had a conversation about making change about it. He reached out to me and said, "Sir, I think I should be speaking at graduation." Now, we encourage that kind of behavior. We want advocates, we want people to say, "Hey, I've got something to say." So, before I said, "What in the world are you thinking?" I said, "Sure. Write it out. Let's go through it. I want to hear it. If nothing else, you and I have a serious conversation." And it was wonderful. It was heartfelt. And I wanted to hear it. So, I'm going to introduce to you my first act, Justin Wong.
Good evening, faculty, families, mentors, and my fellow graduating brothers. Before I begin, I would like to thank you all for being here today. It's truly an honor to stand before you. I know I'm not the traditional student you would expect to be up here speaking, but I personally asked for this opportunity not for applause or recognition, but because I believe someone needed to share our personal experience of what it really feels like to grow at the Army and Navy Academy. What it feels like to be tested, to fall down, to get back up, and come out the other side stronger, wiser, and more grateful than ever. I still remember my first day here, nervous, overwhelmed, sitting in the chair, getting my head shaved, wondering what in the world I'd signed up for. And part of me was wondering if this was even legal. That haircut was the first of many moments where I felt like I was losing pieces of myself, only to later realize I was actually discovering who I really was underneath it all. The first few weeks were brutal. I called my mom every single day, begging her to come get me. I paced around my room with tears in my eyes, hoping maybe she'd say, "Okay, I'm on my way." But she never did. And that was one of the greatest gifts she could ever give me. Miss Cleaser Wong, you believed in me before I knew how to believe in myself. You reminded me that real strength isn't avoiding discomfort, it's walking through it. My dad, Mr. George Wong, your resilience and discipline, which has been the quiet force behind my journey here at the Army and Navy Academy, even when things weren't easy between us, your presence and your expectations helped shape the young man I've grown into within these walls. And to my brother, Colin, thank you for your constant pride of being my older brother and always reminding me that family sticks together. Julia, my girlfriend, my best friend, my constant, thank you for loving me through every high and every low. During my toughest days at the academy, when the weight felt too heavy and the finish line too far, your encouragement was the light that helped me push forward and persevere. There's a saying that goes, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you. This academy challenged every fiber of my being, and because of that, it changed me for the better. I've come to understand that seeking discomfort, not avoiding it, is what builds the character of a winner. It's the cold early mornings, the relentless beach PTs, the parades on long weekends, the quiet moments when no one's watching and you still chose to do the right thing. My journey wasn't smooth. I faced multiple knee surgeries, battled through the pain of my parents' divorce, and carried the unique weight of being an international student trying to belong in a place where everything felt unfamiliar at first. But I kept going. I didn't quit, and neither did any of you standing here today. Perseverance isn't just a word we learned in the classroom. It's in our DNA now. We earned it every day when we showed up when we wanted to give up. Every time we pushed past the limits, physically, emotionally, or mentally. And none of that would have been possible without the people who stood by me. Staff Sergeant Nixon, thank you. Thank you for never letting me settle for less than my best. Assistant Commandant Kevin Cook. Thank you for seeing something in me that I struggled to see in myself. Miss Drake and Miss Castellano. Your guidance helped me stay grounded when my world felt uncertain. To my brothers I made here, Jack DeFerian, Logan Rogers, Sean Din, Eler Wong, Andy Pangiers, and every friend who became family. Thank you. We didn't just survive at the academy, we lived it together, from weekly Korean barbecues, late night talks, from our shared laughs to hard days and hard-won victories. You've all been part of the most meaningful part of the chapter of my life. Your presence turned challenges into memories, and our perseverance into something worth remembering. There's a special kind of bond forged in challenge, and this place gave us that. A bond that can't be broken in time or distance. It was built during inspections, beach runs, long drills under the sun, on the quiet walk backs to the barracks, where we thought no one understood what we were carrying. And to the families who supported us, you may not have marched beside us, but you were with us every step of the way. Thank you. As we stand here today, it's easy to look forward to what's next. College, careers, new cities, but don't forget this. Don't forget who you became here. Don't forget the boy who arrived on day one and the man walking across the stage tomorrow.
That's good.
We're not just graduates, we're the product of perseverance, of hardship, and of love from every person who stood behind us when we couldn't stand on our own. To the class of 2025, thank you for being a part of my story. I'm proud to have grown up here beside each and every one of you. Congratulations, and may we never forget the academy that built us. Warrior proud.
Warrior strong.
Thank you for coming. I got nothing after that. You know, I was sitting here thinking to myself, over 40 years ago, I remember going to a concert, and Whitney Houston was the opening act. I cannot tell you who came after. And I get a feeling that just happened to me. Let's start calling you. So, listen,
No.
11 years ago, I was fortunate as a parent to sit right where you're sitting and watch my son go through this week of graduation ceremony. He was a 5-year Academy warrior, and my wife and I are celebrating our 16th year here. But I truly understand this perspective. This is a special time. Let me start by acknowledging a few people that Dr. Zerek mentioned as well, but I want to reiterate that what makes us really work, what really happens behind the scenes, are our Board of Trustees, our Chairman Jeff Kaiser, BC 85, Jack Wyatt, former chair, BC 63, John Burton's here, class of 63. Ethan, you get a little bit of an understanding of what happens with BCs around here. They come back and change. Keep that in mind. Frank Monteleone, our executive VP, spent 10 years, 11 years on the board of trustees, and his son and I, and my son went to school here together, were roommates at one point. That's what happens to you as parents, just so you know, you make friends for life, and then eventually you never get to beyond Frank, Andrew Smith, who was mentioned a little bit earlier, Frank makes certain that the boys and the staff and the faculty get what they need to perform the mission. If you were not doing that, the doors would not open. And Amber makes certain that the sun rises and sets each day. Frank and I believe that the only difference between God and Amber is that God rested on the seventh day. To Dr. Z and the staff
That's
and
the truth.
faculty for loving these boys, giving them so much of yourselves each day. Doesn't go unnoticed. To Ethan Shadati for your leadership. The entire battalion staff, Sanjay, Kelly, Lance, Logan, all of you, all of the company commanders. What has been accomplished here with the highest JPA score of 99.75 in the history of our academy, and a unified core as our administration was in the midst of enormous change. It's a testimony to your fortitude, your resolve, and your dedication to your men and this academy. Again, thank you. Okay, I always do a little bit of a summary of the Army-Navy experience. Again, it's somewhat unnecessary because it just was an incredible discussion as to what the experience is like. But I'd like to talk to the boys about what they and their parents chose. I think I can use Justin's reference. You know, for some of you, I'm stretching the meaning of to choose. Let's go with you graduated. It wasn't initially a choice, but it certainly became something that was very meaningful to you. So we're boys' military boarding academy. The academy knows that boys' brains are designed to respond to stimuli in a unique manner, and therefore boys, I mean men, concentrate, react, and learn differently. We're a military school specifically because military education is designed for young men. Its structure, discipline, and are designed to stimulate and enhance how boys learn. There are loud voices, intense activity, rigor, criticism, failure, and perseverance. If that sounds a lot like a professional sports environment or one of Coach Brunson's practices, it should. Because that's how you motivate and move the boy brain. We're a boarding school. In a time where we are told that adolescents no longer play, no longer know how to socialize, and no longer have a sense of community. That is not the case at this campus. We live three-dimensionally. So long as you participate, the problem with the two-dimensional world is that there is no depth to it. We live on the surface of ideas, and you never explore any subject with any serious attempt to learn. You only pick up some phrases you may use in a chat, so you appear to be in the know. That does not happen here. Now, here's my caveat to the boys. Don't take it for granted. To take something for granted is to fail to properly appreciate someone or something, especially as a result of over-familiarity. So, I ask you not to take what you've lived at this academy for granted. This is just me. Here's what you have learned and exhibited in your behavior and attitude here at the Army Navy Academy. How to put in effort. If you want something, try until there is no effort left to give. You are flawed. But your character is not revealed in the mistakes you make plenty. It is revealed in how you remedy those mistakes. There are 5 boys here today that are part of the Baccalaureate 8 who know that better than most. Right? Are able to make mistakes, go through the unfortunate peril of meeting with me about 13 times, and making this place a better place. They are better men. You know how to serve. You're a reflection of those around you when they rise and you rise with them. You can take criticism and you get plenty. We all need course corrections from time to time. You know how to give and receive respect. You look each other and the world directly in the eye. You know how to learn, both by participating and observing. You know how to fail, which means you know how to grow. You know how to persevere. This is the precursor to success. You understand the true meaning of friendship, fellowship, and brotherhood. How to make them for life and how to laugh with them and be devoted to them eternally. You know how to sacrifice, to put others before you. I like to ask people, especially those not familiar with what we do, what they believe we teach at our academy. After the usual answer of discipline, structure, grit, how to make your bed, I respond, kindness, caring, devotion, and love. This is the Army and Navy Academy Brotherhood. To take something for granted may also mean to assume that something is true without question. Thanks to do that. Last year, when I spoke at this event as chairman of the board, I made some remarks that were similar to those that I just made. And a parent in the audience told me sometime later that she thought my comments were aspirational. The comment had a profound effect on me. And given my new operational role as president, I was determined to not allow that statement to be true. Here's what I would tell that parent today, and she is here. We can recognize our flaws, we can take criticism, we can learn, and we always persevere, and we continue to improve. And she helped us improve. To the parents here tonight, I say, your boys leave here today as they have in the past, with all the tools they need to understand unity, not division, gratitude, not grief, or grievance, self-worth, not net worth. Some of your boys will tell you tonight how grateful they are for providing them with this experience. It's just a devoted. Some may not. Trust me, my wife and I can tell you. Eventually, you will get that thank you. And all of this eventually ceases. Because your sons are virtuous men. To the core, the very best to you, warriors, because you have the very best in you. Always listen to the warrior within. Thank you very much. Mr. Chairman? So could I have the senior class officers up to present the class gift? First tradition is for the senior class to gift a composite photo. Gentlemen, on behalf of the Academy, I accept this gift.
Thank you again, Senior Basketball Officer. I would now like to call out Cadet Kelly McKinley for this evening invitation. I take that back and actually start.
Good evening. Okay, the second long-standing tradition is for each graduating class to present a flag that symbolizes the class. This year's senior flag was assigned by Ray King. It includes a picture of the warrior head and the Roman numerals for the 2025 on the front. The warrior head is represented by a gaily, serving as a double entendre to symbolize a warrior battalion and the power of the court. The piece is elevated on a podium which signifies the permanence and authority of the class of 2025. The heart of this piece is the gold molds on the headpiece, being sharp on one side and smooth on the other. The color represents wealth, prosperity, and prestige, while the shape displays the journey and characters the seniors take on our last year in high school. Included is the Latin phrases Veni, Vivi, Vici, and Tempus Fugit, which translates to I came, I saw, I conquered, and time flies.
Next, the senior class of 2025 is honored to give back to our warrior family. We wanted to encourage and support cadets towards improving and bettering themselves physically. Our senior gift for the class of 2025 is a donation that will be located in the dungeon as new gym equipment.
So apologies for that. We actually decided to move a couple of things, forward. So now we're back on track. So I would like to ask Cadet Kelly McKinley to come up to the podium for an evening invocation.
Please bow your heads. We thank you for all that you do for us. We thank you for keeping our class safe throughout our senior year. May you continue to help guide and steer us in the right direction. Help us to be a beacon of light for our family, friends, and those we come in contact with, and to remember the values and lessons we have learned at the Academy. In your name we pray. Amen.
Thank you, Cadet McKinley. Thank you again, everyone. Now we will begin our dinner, followed by our wonderful slideshow that Lucy prepared for you. Enjoy your dinner.